Hi, I'm Michael. Today we're out at Austin Job out on 290 West out past Belterra. This is their new headquarters where they roast their beans, brew their beers, and set their menu. So looking forward to meeting some of these folks, so come on with us. This is my Austin.
Hey.
My name is Bradley Parks, and I am a barista bartender at Austin Java in Dripping Springs.
My my formal name is William Galligan. Nobody calls me that. It's Barry or Red. Red is just, I don't know how I got it. It was given to me. My title, I've never really thought of myself as a master roaster. I always, you're a journeyman forever. But I have enough knowledge and understanding to pass some of that information on to people. Here in the company, I haven't, I don't know, head roaster, master roaster, coffee guy, fix it guy. That's about what I am. Most of the coffee business, people get confused. They think it's a commodity or we're selling a product. What we're selling is a service. If I sell you coffee, I'm selling you a thing, but you can get that anywhere. So you need our thing, which is being able to take care of you beyond and above everything else you've got going on. But yeah, I'm the director of coffee operations, I guess, would be the full long way with my title.
My name is Matt Franco. I'm the Assistant General Manager and Banquet Coordinator up here at Austin Java in Dripping Springs. I've been with this company for going on 4 years, and I've lived here my entire life. Grew up in between Austin and Dripping Springs and Oak Hill. So one thing I've always loved about working with Austin Java, and one thing I've always tried to bring to the table as a manager, is a sense of community and a sense of family. It's been really great, and like there's a different camaraderie between these types of staffs rather than like a cafe store staff, because you're working with a lot more people rather than just like 2 or 3 people.
So Austin Java, on average, I like a weekly average because it fluctuates depending. We do right now, I think about 1,500 to 2,000 pounds a week.
In order to maintain that culture, it starts on an individual basis. Of course, it starts from the top with leadership and management. Aside from our corporate structure, all of our leadership and management, for the most part, buys into that same sentiment that I mentioned. And when you bring a sense of care, a sense of high regard for the people that you employ and the people that you serve, that bleeds off. It bleeds off into everyone, mainly into new employees that come here and they see managers and servers and dishwashers and cooks and bussers and hosts that genuinely care. And I think it's something that's going to keep us in business for many years to come.
We are a bar and a coffee shop. In the morning, you're more of a barista, whereas at night, you're more of a bartender.
When I started with Austin Java, I started at the original location at 12th and Lamar, the Parkway store. And that place had that vibe from the very beginning. And that sense of family just permeated everything, including the walls. And that energy was palpable. And so when I came out here to Dripping Springs, that's exactly the type of energy and vibe and culture I wanted to create out here. And I'm proud to say that's one thing that me and my team, and mainly my team, has done and bought into. And that really gives me a very rewarding day-to-day life at, going to work, grinding, going through the motions, even on tough and difficult days. I know I have a second family here, and heck, I spend more time with them than I do with my real family. This place in Old Austin, treasure, we just have to keep that mentality and understand that we can change, but we can never forget where we came from.
I started working at Austin Java in January of this year. At Austin Java, you are making also cocktails and stuff, which is something I've never learned. But it's also the first restaurant I've ever worked in.
How many countries? I have Kenya, I have Ethiopia, I have Java, I have Sumatra, Brazil, Costa Rica, Colombia, Honduras, a little bit of Mexico. I don't have any Hawaiian right now, but there's so many places on this planet. Rwanda, I need to get some Uganda. But then that's kind of, I know people that just get coffee from Brazil. And if you could taste the different coffees from just inside Brazil, it would blow you away at how different each coffee is from the last. There's so many massive differences from just 500 miles away or 400 meters in altitude. That difference is amazing. So how many countries I got? I got a lot. So yeah, right now, 14. I hope to add 7 more and then rotate in and out depending on the seasons. And so yeah, you just kind of keep wandering down that path until you get to where you need to be. And I think I found this place, and so here's where I need to be right now.
My favorite drink to make here would probably be our honey nut latte. It's probably the most organic one we have. We actually use real honey, and it tastes really good.
Well, I love working in the restaurant business, period, because it's challenging, and every day is unique and different in and of itself. Not only do we view ourselves as family, but our guests are our family as well. And it's the reason why after people come here one time, usually within the first week after visiting us, they're here again, where we have cool, unique little trinkets here on the wall. We have exposed wood and bright colors. Over here to the right of me, we have a beautiful mural that was done by a local Dripping Springs artist. And at all of the Austin Javas, we do include murals and artwork done by local artists, whether it's either on our walls, or on the outside or the inside of the building, or hanging up and framed, and we're trying to sell that artwork or just get some marketing for those individual artists in our stores.
No one should drink bad coffee. You don't have to be special or fancy. You can just go to the store and you can try that coffee from Papua New Guinea or Rwanda or Honduras or wherever you could find it from, and it would be different, and it would give you a sense that it's amazing and great. Then I got out, moved back home to Houston, and I was going to be a diesel mechanic and have a real job, and it turned into, I went into a coffee shop and I had a cup of Kenya Double A, and it was the best thing I ever had. It was so good. The coffee was transcendental. It was kismet, like a kick to the head. And some of the joy of coffee for me has always been able to travel the world by cup.
So here at Austin Java and Dripping Springs, we've already done numerous events for local nonprofits, including Easter Seals of Central Texas, Helping Hands Incorporated, Thundering Paws, and many, many more. I would say if you have a nonprofit organization in South Austin, or Dripping Springs, reach out to Austin Java because we're here to help. And that's something that's always been very important to me.
You know, just whatever you want to make it up. You know, in my opinion, I'm social because I know a lot more about making coffee than I do alcoholic drinks.
Coffee is a craft. It's part art and part science. The art is getting it right the first time. The science is repeating those results.
Anyone who got to watch the WGC event that was hosted here in Austin, we did all the coffee for that. And if you saw any of the film, there was tons of bright yellow cups in people's hands all over the place. And so it's things like that that are going to keep us relevant moving on into this new era of what Austin restaurant culture and Austin corporate culture are going to be. It's the biggest thing that Austin Java has ever done, and we're very proud to announce that we are going to be there next year as well. And we had a very successful week.
All of it's done by hand. We get our coffee measured out, we load it into our roaster, let the roaster run, and then pull the coffee out and cool it. We, interestingly, do not run a drum roaster, and a lot of people have given me a lot of flack for a lot of years about it. I used to roast on a Dietrich's IR3, which was a great little roaster. But consistently, if you want to do thousands of pounds of coffee a week, I can do a lot. I can match my roast profiles much easier and more consistently than I could with a drum roaster. And I find that once you change some of the components of your fluid beds into a variable speed fan and a little more temperature control, you can achieve the same results. And I've done blind cuppings, and I've chased around the tail, and it's all roaster preference. But I find that consistent results delivered by this machine have made my life so much better. It's also kind of fun to watch.
It took me about a month and a half, without any coffee knowledge, about a month and a half. There's a lot of non-comprehending it, not like lack of comprehension at first, because there's such a great deal of syrups and different types of milk and steaming milks different ways for different drinks, and even pouring shots. Either it's like a regular shot of espresso or a ristretto shot. So there's a lot to feel comfortable. It took me about a month and a half, and then one day it just clicked. It's so easy to come over here and just push buttons, and you're not being really a barista. You're just being a man pushing buttons. So after learning all of that, after learning how to use the machine, be taught what the ratios and everything are, and how an actual shot of espresso pours, the biggest thing that makes the barista is actually care, in my opinion, about the coffee you make.
I don't think coffee's, it's not going anywhere anytime ever, which is nice. As long as people, and I think as we get more educated and roasters begin working directly with farmers and finding smaller outlets, we can continue to grow our businesses by being a tiny little island in the U.S., but reaching out globally everywhere. We are able to bring coffee from Indonesia here, from Central and South America, from Africa, and as long as we keep doing that and supporting people and doing good work, we'll continue to grow. But I mean, as far as coffee, it's not going anywhere.
The city grew by 1 million people in my lifetime. I'm 34 years old, and as of last year, I believe we passed 1 million inside of the city limits. And if you're talking about in and around the city of Austin, there's easily 3 million people from Georgetown out here to Dripping Springs, all the way out to Westlake and Steiner Ranch area, and then east out to Bastrop. And when you get outnumbered by 1 million people in 30 years, I am like a dying breed. We're still here. All of us Austinites, a lot of us stayed here. But there's just so many people who thought Austin was so cool that they decided to move here for all the right reasons. You know, this place is a hub for culture and education. This place has always been a unique little oasis in the desert that is the state of Texas. People fall in love with it. They fall in love with Austin because of our candor, because of our culture, because of our cuisine, and because of our economy. And we have a lot of great economic opportunities in this town that aren't presented many other places in this country, especially in major metropolitan cities.
A lot of the things I like about living, and definitely living near Austin, is the outdoor stuff. There's lots of, definitely out here in the hill country, you have hiking trails, you have breweries, you have distilleries, wineries, you have roastery here. There's a lot of little things to do if you like to be outside. Definitely if you're a dog lover, there's a lot of dog-friendly things to do here.
When I was in high school, I was introduced to the game of disc golf at Circle C Golf Course, disc golf course, which was only minutes away from my high school, Bowie High School. Every time you play around a disc golf, you go on a 3-4 mile hike. Inside the city, we have numerous professional disc golfers, semi-professional disc golfers, including my brother, Josh Presley. Shout out to Josh and Disc Nation, who sponsors him. And just a thriving community. I'm Matt, and this is my Austin, Java.
Hi, I'm Red. This is my Austin.
We had a great time out here at Austin Java. We met Matt and Perry and Bradley and talked about what they do out here at this particular location. Hope you enjoyed it. Come on out for a visit. My name is Michael, and this is my Austin.